Today we're going to learn how to do a two-part paint stencil. First we'll start with the bunny and then we'll add Happy Easter. When starting, you want to flip over to the white cardstock side and start peeling down from the corner the white cardstock from the sticky stencil. Then you will flip your stencil over and try to center or place on your surface. Be careful when you place it because it is a one-time use stencil. Once you have it into place, push it down with your hands and then you can grab a credit card and start burnishing it to the surface. This will make it easy for you to peel off the top sticky vellum part. Again, you'll start at the corner and you'll start peeling down. This process is a little bit more tedious as the paper is very sticky and hard to remove. Once you have that removed, you can burnish again using a credit card just to remove any air pockets or bubbles that might allow your paint to seep through. Now we're going to use a round sponge brush and we will load it with paint and then offload it onto the paper plate so that you don't have very much paint on your brush, and you'll use an up and down motion to fill in the stencil. Once that's complete, you'll let it dry completely. You can use a hairdryer if you'd like to speed up the process, and then you'll start your second coat. You want to use two thin coats so as to not allow the paint to spread underneath the stencil. Once it's dry, then you can start peeling back the sticky stencil. You can see it has a nice adherence. And now we can start on adding the Happy Easter. Again, we're going to peel back the white cardstock. And here you want to go slow and low to make sure that you're not taking up any of the stencil with it. If you do, just push the white cardstock back over and burnish it down to replace any letters that might come up. Again, you're going to make sure you have it centered exactly where you want it before you press it down, and then you'll use a credit card to burnish it and start the process all over again. The colors that we used on this board was, we started with Annie Sloan chalk paint in Lem Lem, and then we did the bunny in Old White, and now we're doing the words in Abyssine Blue.
Don't let go.
After you do the first coat, you'll let it dry and start your second coat. Once that's dry, again, you can peel back the stencil. And when you have small words, you'll see that there's a lot of little donut holes that are left in some of the letters that we'll have to weed out using a sharp object. So we use a little razor blade to get in and pull out the donut holes in the Y and in the P's and in the H. You can see here what it looks like. It's just a tiny little part that needs to be pulled out so you can see the formation of each of the letters. After all the little donut holes have been removed, just for fun, we're going to add a little bunny nose and whiskers. So we're going to use Antoinette pink and use a pinky to dab in a nose, and then use the Abyssin blue to add some whiskers.
And don't let go. But I don't wanna.
Now that that's finished and dried, I'm going to flip it over. I like to put it on a towel so it doesn't ruin the surface. I'm going to add some burlap, so I'm just going to fold this over and use a stapler to do both of the edges and then a couple staples along the top.
Yes, I am the one for you. 'Cause you have my heart. In case you didn't know, in case I failed to mention, you're home.
Alright, and she's all finished. Now we can hang her up on our front door and celebrate Easter.